Hi folks, my name is Tami and I want to take 5 minutes today to talk to you about my experiences as a former student in the Intro to CS class, what are the skills that I learned from those class and how they continue to be applicable to my job and to my life to this very day. As means of background, I am an alumna from the class of 2019. At NYU I studied biology and tried to do a minor in applied math, although failed to complete it by a class. And since then, I've been predominantly doing research in human genetics. So after graduating, I did the postgraduate research fellowship in human genetics and legal studies, and then after that and since, I've been working as a predoctoral fellow at the National Bureau of Economic Research, where I do research at the intersection of genetics and economics, or what today they call genoeconomics. I took Intro to CS as an elective class in, I want to say, my sophomore spring for a number of reasons. One, I really wanted to get exposure to coding and learn kind of the basics to get me started. Two, people kept on suggesting that it would be really helpful to pick up these skills before my for my capstone and kind of like a future career in research, and they were absolutely right. And from the perspective of where I stand today, I can probably and very confidently say that Intro to CS has been the most useful class that I had taken during my time at NYU, even though I wasn't a computer science major, and for a number of reasons. And these are really the things that I have benefited most from. But first, Intro to CS has made me be less intimidated by coding in general. I think it provided me with the necessary background to have enough confidence to, after graduating or also during my capstone, to pick up more coding intensive tasks, as well as after graduating to apply to jobs that were requiring coding experience and kind of programming strengths, which I don't think I would have been able to do if I hadn't taken this class. Second, it really taught me a lot about algorithmic thinking and how to be an efficient problem solver. I think coding is a very particular way of thinking, and it's something that will give you skills not only in programming in the future, but also in many other areas of your life. Three, I think ever since I took the class, I have found it extremely easy to pick up other programming languages. So for my capstone, I used all sorts of different software, but I also used R a lot, and picking up R was really, really easy after doing Python in Intro to CS. And even in my job right now, I'm doing very big data intensive data science projects in Python, which I've easily adapted to because of my prior background. Was the class always easy for me? Absolutely not. I was extremely intimidated coming in, and I continued to be intimidated by others in the class who knew more than me. I was very aware that there are people that have done so much coding in high school, and I kind of felt behind. And if I could go back to those beginning weeks, I hope that someone would tell me that I should not have felt that way. I want you all to remember that you're not here to prove yourself, you're here to improve yourself. That's why you're in this class. And really, the only person that you should be in competition with is yourself. I think the goal of a class like Intro to CS is that after 14 weeks or 7 or however long of a time you're taking it for, that at the end of that, you are a better programmer than you were when you started. And I think that's the only thing that matters. So patience is really key. Do not compare yourself to others, and really give yourself the space and opportunity to learn and to grow. I also think the class taught me the very valuable skill of patience. I was extremely impatient with my coding at the very beginning. I would get extremely frustrated when my code wouldn't work. But you should just remember that perfection is not a time-sensitive goal. No one is expecting you to make code work immediately from the first try. I think that is true in the class, and that is certainly true afterwards when you move into the workspace. To this day, my professors and PIs are very sensitive to the fact that sometimes coding works from the first try. Other times it will take a month to optimize, and that's completely fine. Lastly, I want to take a second and say something about future careers in computer science, assuming that most of you are computer science majors that are seeking careers in that field. I cannot really say much about it because I chose a non-computer science focused career in that I studied biology and do human genetics. But if I can say one thing, my day to day is certainly very similar to my peers who have continued into computer science jobs and careers. And the reason for that is because with data being so ubiquitous today and big data being part of so many different industries, coding and statistical analysis is really becoming essential to any industry. So whether you consider careers in the field of computer science or outside of it, I would certainly say continue investing in your coding, because it's probably going to be one of the smartest investments you make in university. If I can go back, I would probably try to take more computer science courses, but I've really been trying to make up for it since. So I would really encourage you to make use of all the opportunities you have available at NYUD. That's it for me. If any of you want to chat, or if I can be useful in any sort of way, you can ask Professor Yassir for my contact information, and I would be more than happy to chat with you. Other than that, good luck with the class and good luck with the rest of your careers at NYUAD. Bye.